Entaratastar, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kyle Laris, and today we are going to be looking at Game 2 of RAZERiNSo versus mouzMorroW on ICC Cup Pawnry, which is actually one of my favourite maps, and I don't get to play it enough because I have no friends. And nobody ever wants to play, so that's boring. But yes, I absolutely love this map. If you're unfamiliar with this map, you have quite a small main, in fact, leading down to this natural expansion with this choke point here, and it has a little bit of a choke point up here as well, up into a second expansion even, with quite a big ramp, and it does have a gold base here as well. So that's pretty much mirrored on either side. It does have this one base down here with this Vespene Geyser, not a rich Vespene Geyser as is on some of the GSL maps, but very similar here, 2 watchtowers as well, and it makes for very interesting gameplay. As I say, I absolutely adore this map. I think it is fantastic. But anyway, regardless, we do have mouzMorroW here spawning down in the 5 o'clock position, or 4 o'clock depending on how you look at it, and whilst we have RAZERiNSo spawning up in this top left corner. And I'm really interested to see what does actually happen on this map, because I have not seen a pro map. I have not seen a pro match on this game ever since I saw Duckload Raw, and I think I actually cast that against somebody who I can't remember the name of, unfortunately. But we do have mouzMorroW here going for that spawning pool. Very, very typical timing on that. RAZERiNSo does see this eventually when he actually swings around there, and will be fine. We do have RAZERiNSo though going for a very normal build as well, and I'm really kind of, as I said before, really interested to see what both players do on this map. I would absolutely love to see a long macro game on this map, because I love this map. I think I've stated that about 12 times, but I love this map. It's fantastic. I love this map. So that gateway is almost completed for Inso now, and we're going to have mouzMorroW going for his hatchery anytime soon, I imagine. He is going for queen first before hatchery. Going to be moving that drone into position, but he's going to be blocked by this probe, so he'll probably need to bring another drone down in order to actually fend off this probe, unless he can actually get rid of it in due time. We do have that cybernetics core on the way for Inso, and this drone is trying to chase this away, and he could actually get it down. Oh, if he'd have moved just a little bit quicker, he could have got the hatch down, and a pylon is now going down for Inso, so nice blocking there of that expansion. We will have Zerglings out very soon though, and they will be able to deal with that. The question right now is whether Inso will actually cancel this, actually seeing these Zerglings or not, and indeed he does. So good play there by Inso, delaying ever so slightly and just being able to actually get most of his money back. So that was quite good, quite good. Double gas here for Inso, so no doubt we're going to be seeing the 3-gate expand sentry heavy, as sentries are already on the way. I'm not so sure that's actually a full wall off there with that zealot, but we don't have any Zerglings to prove that as of yet, as mouzMorroW is just going to be chilling out for now. Quite happy to sit back and expand and sort his own base out, whilst the warp gate research is being corona boosted, and we do indeed see 3 gateways for Inso. So unless he decides to do something wacky and try and trick his opponent out, we will indeed see a 3-gate expand. Whew, not much else going on here. Another queen in production. Lots of queens here for mouzMorroW. There's never anything wrong with getting lots of queens, as they do not cost much at all. No lava, so it's a really nice form of early defense for the Zergy buddies. And that gateway, warp gate research is almost finished. That second sentry is finished as well. Just chrono boosting probes at this point, these Zerglings out here to spot for any kind of expansion that does go down. Injecting over here, nicely kept up with the macro there, and mouzMorroW not really giving anything away too early as to what he's going to do, just playing a very, very standard macro game. This is Overlord in a very nice place here, going to be able to spot for any kind of movement in the front of Inso's base and be able to react accordingly. And these Zerglings are poaching in there, going to notice that nexus, and indeed the tactic that Inso is currently going for. Now, Inso has a few choices at this point. He can go very gateway heavy, or he can generally go for the ultimate Colossus Death Ball of Death, which, you know, I mean, is fantastic. But if you let the Zerg get too far ahead and you don't actually pressure, then that can be you can put yourself in a really bad spot, basically. So we do actually have mouzMorroW going for his second expansion, which is a very early second expansion at the 7-minute mark, and he's quite confident that he can hold this off. He could quite easily produce just a lot of Zerglings here, but really what Inso needs to do right now is get some magical force fields down in order to be able to separate the sentries from the Zerglings. This could be a lot of fake aggression, though, I'll be honest with you, as this can easily be thwarted by a lot of Zerglings. Nice use of force fields there on this ramp, going to be blocking off a lot, and nice force fields there, blocking off the retreat of that queen. So now he's really going to need to throw force fields defensively in order to save these sentries if they do end up coming under fire. Again, really nice force fields, and just making sure that this ramp cannot be traversed at all by any units coming down it. And look at the disruption of the mining here going down by Inso. Really nice play. Once again, it's more force fields on this ramp, doing really nice job here of just doing a lot of damage here at this point, just with sentries and zealots. Really, really nice play. Really needs to force field that off. Wasn't the best force field, but does compensate with a second force field. And now these zealots are just wailing away at these probes. There is a roach in the back for reinforcement, but again, he still has a lot of energy for probes, force fields here. And as you can see, all these roaches, if they would have gotten down the ramp, they would have been in a fantastic spot to end this push here and now. I'm really surprised that all these drones are going up here. I'm not so sure that he wants to reveal that second base, that second expansion even. He really needs some force fields in order to stop those guys from actually dying. Oh, that sentry was so close, and still more amazing force fields on this ramp here by Inso. So doing a really good job of denying any kind of push down this ramp from mouzMorroW. But now he's, another amazing force field, and he is going to retreat with only losing. Let's just go to the units lost tab. Look at that. That was an absolutely blistering push there from RAZERiNSo with just 5 sentries and 3 zealots. He only lost, well, let's put it this way, he didn't lose much at all in comparison to the Zerg. 37 units lost. Granted, a lot of those were Zerglings, but a lot of damage has been done to mouzMorroW there. And now, as you can see, back in the base, he's been reinforcing so much with infrastructure and upgrades coming on the way as well. So a lot of pylons going down, as well as a new gateway. And we're looking at pretty much a 6-gate push coming up here for Inso. And if he can get a nice pylon placement, he can really do a lot of damage. Although that being said, mouzMorroW is quite nicely saturating these bases. So he's going to be in a fine economical position if he can actually hold off this push, which is going to be coming very soon from Inso here. And this is really how you want to play against a Zerg on such, especially on a map which is to a certain extent relatively small. He's really piling on the pressure. With that first attack, just set himself up for just such a good mid-game. We do have glial reconstitution on the way now for mouzMorroW, and that's going to be really, really crucial when it comes to actually kiting a lot of these units. But so many force fields can come out of these sentries at this point, so I'm really not sure what mouzMorroW can do against this at all. He is throwing up spine crawlers in order to be able to try and deal with this, and spreading his units out nicely so he can get a good concave, but ultimately this is going to be too much. Trapping all those units in, nice use of Guardian Shield, and he's going to be raining havoc down on all these roaches, and just doing crazy amounts of damage at this point. These spine crawlers will be doing a lot of damage though, so it's really imperative that he doesn't overextend himself, RAZERiNSo, at this point, as these spine crawlers are just so annoying. They will pick off units to death. An Observer now coming out, and 26 Zerglings in the production, so it would be quite beneficial to actually get those Zerglings to do a run around and come in from the back of these units. But at the same time, I'm really not sure that thinking under pressure you can really think that far ahead. So now all the Zerglings did actually pick off that pylon. Really nice use of those Zerglings, and they're going to be running towards this main base, but ultimately this cannon is probably going to be able to fend off quite a lot of those. But at the same time, he's really doing a good job here of killing overlords and creep tumors, or was killing creep tumors before, and now all those Zerglings have gone down to that cannon as Morrow really did lose control of those Zerglings. Nice force fields there, blocking off quite a few of those roaches. Oh, really nice force fields there. All these roaches dancing around in the back, and now all these stalkers having free reign over the roaches in the front. More units coming out for Morrow at this point, more roaches, and 20 more Zerglings. But we do have some more stalkers reinforcing anytime soon. And really nice force fields once again. INSO really demonstrating here the power of force fields against a Zergy boy. And a Spinecrawler needing to be cancelled there, although I actually think that got destroyed instead of cancelled. Really nice force fields once again. All these units in the back just absolutely paralysed, not being able to do anything at all. And INSO here really bringing it to the Zerg superstar of the EU, really doing a lot of damage. And going to be taking out this roach push completely and utterly. So INSO at this point going to be in a very, very good position to take out this hatch, and going to be killing off a lot of these Zerglings. Nice force field there on that ramp. Once again, INSO proving that these force fields are just so invaluable to the later stages of a game, not just at the start of a game as well. And another nice force field preventing any kind of retreat of those Zerglings that did want to go down the ramp. These Zerglings are going to be waiting here in order to try and push up there. But again, look at this, INSO just constantly reinforcing. I wouldn't be surprised if INSO did... Oh my god, it's like reading the minds. I wouldn't be surprised if INSO did take a base here. And also, I would like to see this be blocked off kind of right here. But these Zerglings are going to be trying to do a run-by, but going to be picked off by a lot of those Stalkers that were in just such good position in order to be able to stop any kind of run-by going on at all. So Morrow in a really bad position right now. He's not got much of an economy left in comparison to the Protoss at all, as his second was shut down. And this position going to be quite hard to break for INSO. He really needs to bring these Zealots to the front in order to be able to not have them just dancing in the middle of these Stalkers. But at this point, it's pretty much a done deal. INSO has really piled on the pressure, and he's just biding his time now, waiting to push in. The main of mouzMorroW is almost mined out, and as you can see, we're going to be trying to get an expansion here up for Morrow again, but it's not the best time to expand, as this force is going to push in and absolutely decimate Morrow. Although that being said, Morrow at this point, I'm pretty sure he knows that this game is probably already over. INSO here just playing so calmly, doesn't push into the natural in case he does lose a lot of units to a good Zergling surround, and just going to be controlling this watchtower, making sure he can just keep ahead in this game. So at this point, I'm not sure what mouzMorroW can do. And indeed, mouzMorroW, oh my god, GG's. That was sort of anticlimactic, but he realised he was beat and didn't want to waste any more time. So, with that being said, we are going to be going into Game 3 between mouzMorroW and INSO, and we shall see how that goes in just a second. Bye for now.